Ever pondered the marvels of the human brain? This compact and complex wonder, no larger than a humble loaf of bread, is a marvel of nature that has captured the interest of scholars and scientists throughout the ages. Within our skulls, it is the ultimate seat of our consciousness, the divine nexus where our thoughts, emotions, and identities reside. Awe-inspiring in its intricacy, the brain is a repository of our past, a guide for our present, and the architect of our future. It is the guardian of our memories, the sculptor of our identities, the catalyst of our abilities, and the silent sentinel that monitors and influences all our vital functions. Wrapped in the cloak of our thoughts and experiences, it houses an entire universe. Every individual's brain is a distinctive masterpiece, a testament to the uniqueness of our personalities. It is the brain that gives us our humanness, us from the rest of the animal kingdom. Today, we find ourselves at the precipice of an intriguing journey, prepared to delve into the deep mysteries of this enigmatic organ. We'll be exploring one of the most thrilling aspects of the human brain, neuroplasticity. It is the brain's fascinating, almost magical capacity to change its own structure and organization, to adapt and evolve based on our experiences and learning. Neuroplasticity, the brain's extraordinary ability to rewire itself, is our topic of investigation today. Scene script, voiceover. As we delve deeper into the heart of neuroplasticity, it's important to remember that this concept is not a novel one. The idea that the brain can change and adapt has been around for centuries, albeit in different guises and interpretations. Historically, the brain was viewed as a static, immutable structure, especially after reaching adulthood. The prevailing belief was that once set, the brain's structure and function were cast in stone, unchanging and unchangeable. This notion persisted until the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when pioneering studies began to challenge and overturn these entrenched beliefs. These studies revealed that the brain was not a rigid, unchanging organ, but a dynamic, adaptable entity, capable of remarkable feats of adjustment and reorganization. This was the birth of our modern understanding of neuroplasticity. Over the subsequent decades, our understanding of neuroplasticity has deepened and evolved, fueled by advances in technology and neuroscience. From being considered a static, fixed organ, the brain is now recognized as a dynamic, ever-changing structure, constantly reshaping and remodeling itself in response to our experiences, learning, and even injuries. This evolution in understanding has opened up new vistas in our exploration of the human brain and has profound implications for how we approach learning, memory recovery, and even the aging process. As we continue our journey, we'll delve deeper into this fascinating world of neuroplasticity. Picture this: a bustling city with a network of roads. This dense network of interconnecting roads, avenues, highways, and streets bustling with activity is akin to the myriad neural pathways that crisscross the intricate landscape of our brains. Each road, be it a winding lane or a wide expressway, symbolizes a unique neural pathway, a conduit for information flow. The cars, buses, bicycles, pedestrians, all zipping along these roads at varying speeds, represent the electrical impulses that ferry information to and fro, enabling our brains to process, learn, and react. Each experience, every interaction, each thought or we process subtly alters this urban landscape. Some roads, akin to neural pathways associated with frequently recalled memories or regularly practiced skills, grow wider, more prominent, like highways expanding to accommodate mounting others. Those associated with infrequently used information or skills might become less traveled, their surfaces gradually degrading due to lack of use. In some cases, these less traveled roads might even disappear completely, taken over by newer, more frequently used pathways. This constant, dynamic remodeling and reshaping of our neural network, based on experiences and learning, epitomize the brain's remarkable capacity for neuroplasticity. This, in essence, is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity comes in two primary forms, functional and structural. To begin with, functional neuroplasticity is an incredibly fascinating phenomenon. It is inherent in the brain's unyielding adaptability and resilience, particularly after an injury or damage. When a part of the brain gets injured, the brain does not just accept defeat, it reroutes its functions, moving them from the affected region to a different, still healthy part of the brain. It's akin to a city rerouting traffic around a construction site or an accident. It is this incredible ability that allows people to recover from strokes and other brain injuries. It is a testament to the brain's amazing adaptability and resilience. On the flip side, we have what is known as structural neuroplasticity. This involves the brain dynamically changing its physical structure, molding and reshaping itself in response to the experiences we subject it to or the new information we learn. It's like a city that constantly evolves, changes its layout, and constructs new buildings based on the needs and experiences of its inhabitants. This form of neuroplasticity is crucial in the learning process, enabling us to absorb new knowledge, master new skills, and generally adapt to new experiences and environments. So, whether we're learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or adapting to a new environment, structural neuroplasticity is hard at work, physically reshaping our brains to make these feats possible. Neuroplasticity involves the brain changing its physical structure in response to learning or experience. This dynamic nature of the brain has significant implications for recovery from brain injuries and diseases. Now let's delve deeper. Imagine the human brain as a bustling city with highways of information constantly in flux, rerouting and forging new paths. This city never sleeps, it's always adapting, growing and reshaping itself. Like a metropolis that rebuilds after a disaster, it's capable of restoration and even improvement. Consider the scenario of stroke patients. Individuals often face daunting challenges, perhaps losing the ability to speak or move. However, with persistent rehabilitation efforts, their brain starts to reconstruct, finding new ways to relay the necessary signals. It's like their brain is dynamically creating detours around the damaged areas, restoring essential functions in remarkable ways. Now think about people with learning difficulties. Despite initial struggles, their brain can modify its internal mapping to facilitate the acquisition of new skills. Innovative teaching strategies, specialized learning tools, and an empowering support system can stimulate the brain to form new connections, improving their learning capabilities. This resilience and plasticity of the brain are a beacon of hope for such individuals. It is a testament to the brain's incredible capacity for adaptation and transformation. All of these are possible because of the brain's ability to reorganize itself, to create new connections and pathways. Neuroplasticity isn't just confined to the realm of recovery. This incredible process is also instrumental in a myriad of other aspects, such as the critical arenas of learning. And to comprehend this, let us delve deeper into the splendid complexity of our brain. Whenever we acquire new knowledge or skills, a fascinating phenomenon occurs. New links or connections to form within the intricate labyrinth of neurons within our brain. This is akin to creating a fresh trail in an unexplored jungle. Each piece of new information acting as a machete, carving a brand new path. Now, the more we walk along this path, retracing our steps by revisiting this new knowledge or repeatedly practicing this new skill, the path becomes clearer, easier to traverse. This is because with each repetition, the connections within our brain associated this information or skill strengthen. This is the scientific explanation behind the age-old adage that practice makes perfect. The we practice, the stronger these neural pathways become, making the skill or knowledge seem second nature to us. But the flip side is also true. These deeply ingrained neural pathways also illuminate why it is so challenging to break established habits. Over time, these paths have become the equivalent of a well-traveled road, firmly embedded in our brain's landscape. And yes, it also explains why old habits die hard, as those neural pathways have become so well-traveled and defined in our brains. Neuroplasticity also has a dark side. It's an incredibly complex and intricate process that can change the way we perceive and interact with the world. Neuroplasticity, in a nutshell, is a term that refers to the brain's incredible ability to adapt and restructure itself in response to experience. This remarkable ability, for better or worse, has vast implications for both our physical and mental well-being. There are many scenarios where neuroplasticity can be hugely beneficial, such as recovery from brain injury or stroke, learning new skills, or adapting to new environments. It's one of the brain's most extraordinary mechanisms and is at the core of our very ability to learn and grow. But just as it can facilitate such beneficial changes, it also has the potential to lead to harmful effects. The dark side of neuroplasticity is that it can also contribute to the development of negative patterns and behaviors. This is especially true in cases of addiction. In these situations, the repeated exposure to a substance or behavior triggers the brain to form and reinforce certain pathways. These pathways are associated with reward and pleasure, which leads to the addictive cycle. This is the case with addiction, where repeated exposure to a substance or behavior causes the brain to create and strengthen certain pathways associated with reward and pleasure. So what have we learned today? Neuroplasticity, the amazing capacity of our brain to rewire itself, is a phenomenal phenomenon. It empowers us to acquire new competencies, heal from harm, and acclimate to novel situations. However, it also harbors some negative aspects, like fostering destructive habits and dependencies. It's to remember that our brains are not rigid, they're flexible, unceasingly evolving and adjusting. This crucial understanding enables us to positively mold our brain, employing neuroplasticity to be perpetual learners, to surmount obstacles, and to aim for psychological and emotional health. It makes us realize that while we're learning a fresh skill or endeavoring to abandon an old habit, we should contemplate the remarkable might of our brain and its potential to transform itself. The mind is indeed a beautiful and mysterious thing, and understanding it, well, that's just the beginning. Today we've delved into the fascinating world of neuroplasticity, but there's another aspect we haven't touched upon yet: its profound impact on mental health. Stress and trauma can leave a lasting imprint on our brain, altering its structure and function. These changes can lead to mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Yet there's a glimmer of hope. The same neuroplasticity that allows stress to affect our brain also permits us to heal. Therapeutic techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy and mindfulness meditation can help rewire our brain to reduce symptoms and improve mental health. They work by encouraging new neural connections, enabling us to change our thought patterns, reactions, and behaviors. The potential of neuroplasticity in treating mental disorders is immense. It offers a promising avenue for developing new treatments and therapies. It's a testament to the brain's remarkable resilience and adaptability. So, whenever you feel stuck in a rut, remember, with the power of neuroplasticity, there's always hope for change and recovery.